Are you looking to give your property an online facelift with fresh new photos? Then you'll want to set your property photographer up for success with these 6 tips for a professional photo shoot.
It's Thirsty Thursday. You're so thirsty, thirsty Thursday. Thirsty for knowledge, thirsty Thursday. Drink it up.
Whether you've hired your own professional photographer or you are using an ILS preferred photographer or maybe one referred to you by your website provider, you'll want to know that most of these photographers have a checklist of things that you should do prior to a photo shoot to help prepare your property. This is all part of my very first tip, and that is to have a plan. Combined with your photographer's checklist, you'll want to make sure that you put together a plan of action. Make sure that you have a list of all of the areas that you want photographed, both indoor and outdoor. Who knows your property better than you? So don't leave it up to the photographer to decide what's important. You want to make sure that the areas that are most attractive or that are most appealing to prospects and residents are featured in your property photos. And that's why you have to have a plan ahead of time. So review the photographer's checklist, not once, not twice, but 3 times in advance to ensure that you are ready for them. But in addition to that, put together your own plan of action and send it to the photographer ahead of time so that the two of you can have a meeting of the minds and you know exactly what you're going to do when they arrive on site. Having a plan for the day of the photo shoot is key for a successful shoot, but also to make it as seamless and as quick as possible. Once you have a plan in place, the next step is to prepare ahead of time. I've been involved in a lot of property shoots, and as a property supervisor, one of the most frustrating things to me was when I'd show up to meet with the photographer and my on-site team was not prepared. And even worse, neither was the property. So we want to make sure that we wrap up any small projects that might be reflected in the photos. We want to make sure to prepare the day before, pulling the necessary keys and ensuring that the spaces, both indoor and outdoor, that will be photographed are actually photo ready. And then you'll want to do things like block off areas of the parking lot to avoid any vehicles obstructing the photos. The next thing you'll want to do is to check your schedule. Make sure that you don't have any major projects or services scheduled for the day of your photo shoot. Things that may cause a problem or be a hindrance to the photographer during the session. I know it sounds like something that would be completely obvious, but you would be surprised how many people's landscaping crews actually show up on the day of their photography sessions. You want to make sure that these services have been completed before the photographer arrives and not a few hours before. We're talking a day at least, maybe even 2 or 3. Be sure that you have kind of cleared your schedule for the day to allow the photographer free range of the property without any issues of ladders or construction tape or cones or debris being in the photos or having to be edited out. While these things can be edited from time to time, it does create a burden for the photographer, and it can be an issue when you can't possibly get the best angle because we're trying to avoid some sort of obstruction. So be mindful of who's going to be on site and what types of activities will be going on the day of your photo shoot. Tip number 4 for your professional photo shoot is to avoid water. Well, the day of, that is. Don't pressure wash the building or hose off the pool deck the day of your photo shoot. Not only will this create a discoloration in your photos and quite frankly frustrate your photographer because now you've created more editing work on their end, it will also create a situation where now you could be walking through this and tracking in dirt or mud into some of the other areas that are going to be photographed. So make sure that you plan all of these extra projects ahead of time. Go back to tip number 2. Get those things done before the day of the photographs. Avoid water at all costs. Now that you've spruced up the outside, let's shed some light on what you should do inside in order to be photo ready. Let's talk lighting. We want to make sure that all of our light fixtures, lamps, even under counter lighting are all working properly. Any great photographer will tell you that lighting is key to capturing the perfect picture. And so you want to make sure that you're helpful when it comes to the lighting situation. Not just ensuring that all of the fixtures are working and that they have bulbs in them, but in addition to that, making sure that your lighting is consistent throughout the indoor space. That means that if you're using white lighting, make sure that all of the bulbs that you're using give off that white light. If you're using the light that has more of a yellow tint to it, make sure that they're consistent throughout. If you're not quite sure whether you're using white or yellow light, one of the best things that you can do is take a photo yourself and see the difference in the lighting throughout the apartment or the indoor spaces you're photographing. If you see a difference in your photo, then the photographer is going to have a difference in theirs. So you want to help that photographer out because lighting is key, and this is one of the most essential things that you can do to help your photographer pull off that professional photo. My last tip to help you pull off the professional photo shoot is to ensure that you have a team member assigned to assist the photographer the day of the shoot. This is the person that's going to go with the photographer to ensure that they hit all of the important photographic opportunities. But in addition to that, they will be there in case there are light bulbs that are out, or there's trash or debris that needs to be cleaned up, or maybe furniture got moved or is in the wrong place, or whatever may go wrong during that photo shoot. You'll have an employee there to help them. Someone who has access to the property, keys, and knowledge about the photo shoot itself, what's supposed to happen, where they're supposed to go, and can just be there as a resource for the photographer. Making sure that the photographer has someone to assist them because they're not responsible for picking up trash or moving things around. And if you want the best possible photos, you want to make sure that you have a team member on site who is familiar with the property and who wants the best possible photos for the property and can help give the photographer that edge that they need to capture the right image. Remember that your property photos are your prospects' first view of what it's like to live at your community. Many of their leasing decisions will be made based on what they see online or on your website. And that's why setting your photographer up for success to help you get the best possible images of your property is key to leasing apartments. So with these 6 tips, you can pull off a professional photo shoot. Have a great day and be inspired. Hi, I'm Katie Rigsby, multifamily consultant and speaker, otherwise known as the Multifamily Maven. I want to personally thank you for watching my video. And if you found this information helpful or encouraging, give it a thumbs up or share it with someone that you know. If you want to get new content fresh off the presses every Monday and Thursday, then go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Be sure to click the little bell so you'll get a reminder and you won't miss out. And while you're on my channel, look through all the past videos and see what else is out there. What kind of topics that you might be interested in. And if you're looking for anything specific, feel free to comment. Let me know what it is that you want more information about or ideas that you're looking for. I'd love to interact with you and give you exactly what it is that you need. So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that you can get new, fresh ideas and encouragement from me every Monday and Thursday. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day and be inspired.